Hi Aquarius, so this is going to be your ACEs reading type. Remember that this is with regards to anything new or renewal happening in your life right now. Renewal means anything that's working for us, so we're going to keep doing it, right? And new, which means anything new, thought, in terms of ideas, thought, your passions, your feelings, and your 3D world activity. What's new coming up or renewed? Take what resonates, leave what does not, and reverse energies as you see fit. Doesn't resonate? Check your other placements, or I'll catch you in the next one. Easy peasy, yes? Let's see what's happening with us in terms of thoughts. Again, to know more about this tarot spread, kindly check out the description box below. Yes, for more information, always the description box below. The Knight of Cups, all right, expressing some sort. I did see this for somebody else. I don't know. You have some emotional words in you that would like to flow naturally outside of you, but you're telling yourself that it's too difficult. And even if you tried, I don't think you have any feelings to forsake here in a particular direction. For some of you, you feel really uncomfortable with your emotional energy. I'm getting this fear of actually, it's awkwardness, to be vulnerable. If I were to ask you to be vulnerable, to speak from your heart, to express how you're feeling about a certain situation or a topic or anything else, you would get really uncomfortable around that subject. You would be like, talk to me logically, talk to me about facts. I can interest you in all of those things, I can interest you in all of the ideas, but don't ask me about my feelings, because I don't think I have any. And even if I did, I don't know how to trust it. You don't trust your feelings. I mean, the Knight of Cups is very natural, right? But you're thinking it because it's in under your Ace of Swords, which is you're thinking about it right now as we speak. And there's some sort of truth that would like to come forward with regards to your emotional expression here. That for some of you, you might downplay your feelings, that you don't have any. And even if you did have any, you don't know how to trust it. And the whole idea of trying to understand and get down to the brass tacks of understanding what your feelings are about a certain situation or a person or a job, it's a difficult task here. You're telling me that there's a lot of resistance that you're putting into this situation, trying to understand your feelings. There's a lot of difficulty. You feel that it's very hard for you to get to your heart, to think about your heart. Of course, you're thinking about it. That's why it's hard. You need to allow your feelings to be. I feel bad, I feel sad, and that's it. Don't try to think it. The moment you are like, but let me think about, no. You're feeling something, that's it. There is no if and buts to it. But you are telling me that there is, and it's very difficult for you to express yourself, to say the least. And even when you do, it sounds very emotionally manipulative too. You end up making a situation difficult as well by saying things actually that you don't mean. Yep, you're thinking about some sort of growth here with somebody. You would like to connect to them, but you don't know if you have feelings for this. So in order to connect with this situation, in order to resume activity, you'll have to give some sort of your heart space to this. Yeah, we have two aces here. Look at this. I told you, you're very comfortable with expressing your mind and talking about facts and speaking through logic, keeping your emotions out of your equation. You know what to do in a situation, right? You know how to talk. You're a very smooth talker. You're a very fast thinker and a talker, right? But when it comes to emotionally expressing yourself or talking about your feelings and things like that, talking in depth about, your deepest, darkest thoughts and feelings, you're like, that part, I don't know if I have any. And even if I did, I don't know how to trust it. For some of you, you don't trust your emotional fluidity, emotional expression. If you feel certain way towards a particular situation or a person, you're like, I don't know if I trust it though. In the moment I felt that way, but I don't know if it's something special. No, it's not. Let me talk myself out of that immediately. And it's getting difficult as well. It's a difficult job, but you find your reasons to talk yourself into all of those things. You're thinking about some sort of growth between you and somebody else here that you used to connect to. I'm guessing we used to connect to this, or we are connecting to this. I don't know, but you're telling me I used to connect to this and we had a certain growth pattern here. It topped out, it only went to a certain point, to a certain extent. It didn't go any further. But whatever we two had, there was emotional memories built. There was memories built. Let's just put it that way. In terms of communication, in terms of activity, you generated activity with each other, and you have memories to look back to, and you think think about it and how you two used to connect here. But when it comes to your feelings, you about this situation, you don't know what you feel. I feel like you don't allow yourself to feel what you feel about this situation. Show me the Ace of Wands here. Show me the Ace of Wands here. Excuse any background noise if you hear any. All right. It's not an accusation, honey, just so you know. I'm just saying that you are a very strong thinker. Don't get me wrong. You're an Aquarian, right? You are the Ace of Swords, which means that you know what to think and when to think. But when it comes to your feelings, yeah, you're very intelligent. Don't get me wrong. You know how to get to the base of anything, right? To grow your knowledge about something. If you study about something, if you study a person, if you study a topic, you know how to be very wise at that. You read it in depth and you become very strong in your truth about that situation and getting to the base of that situation, getting to the basics, right? You learn it from the base, you understand it quite deeply, you think about it deeply in terms of facts, in terms of your observations. But when it comes to your feelings, you get very locked up in your head about that. You're telling me that slowly and steadily you're moving on from something here, emotionally detaching from something here. It's like mentally I'm moving forward, and emotionally speaking as well, I'm moving forward. It's taking you a little bit of time, but you are doing it. What are you walking away from? What are you walking away from? Let's see that, shall we? The Nine of Cups, Ace of Swords. Again, Ace of Swords. It's redirecting you back to this point. You're walking away from something, honey, and I feel like you're moving towards emotional fulfillment. You would like to take off in a particular direction here. You would like to move forward in love. The Chariot, that's your boldest heart space, right? You have a very strong chariot in you. You have a very strong, bold heart in you. You don't give yourself enough credit for that. It could also be the case that probably this would be somebody else that was expressing to you and you didn't know how to trust it. You didn't trust it. For some reason, you couldn't trust this person's emotional expression towards you. You couldn't believe them. You couldn't believe their words. And you think about that a lot, about what they used to say, how they used to say it, everything about the memories, right? And slowly and steadily, you're moving forward in your life towards emotional fulfillment. The Seven of Swords, Knight of Swords, Ten of Swords. Yeah, you're trying to avoid taking action towards that ending. It's like, I'm not going to renew anything from that. I'm going to learn about it and heal myself over that subject. But right now, I'm trying to avoid looking back at that ending, looking back at that particular pain of mine that I incurred in that situation, right? There's some sort of blindness with regards to your mental truths here. It's like you have this in you. You're emotionally fulfilled. You know what makes you happy. You know it. And I feel like you're understanding it as well. In the next few months, you're going to understand what makes you happy, what truly emotionally fulfills you, not just in the here and now, but in terms of self-love, in the long term. What is actually good for you, what is emotionally healthy for you. You're trying to understand it through logic. But you're getting there. You're getting there. I'm glad that you left this Five of Swords behind and you're stepping into this Ace of Swords, which is your natural energy. So I love it that you're stepping into your energy here. The Four of Swords, again, you think about this particular relationship, whatever that is. Look at this Ace of Swords. I'm telling you, whatever this is, you are not done with it. There is love between you two. Look at this, the Seven of Swords again. It might have been some sort of friendship that you said that it was friendship. You didn't have love energies for it. But the thing is, you did. You did have some sort of feelings for this. I don't know how far it went, but you're telling me you had some sort of heart space to give to this, but you talked yourself out of it consistently and it became difficult for you eventually. But you're thinking about it as we speak. The Knight of Wands, Four of Wands, and the Four of Swords. You're telling me that you're still passionate about that, whatever relationship that you two had going on in the past, whatever relationship that you two shared in terms of friendship or in terms of loose connectivity, whatever that was. You're still passionate about that. And you think about that. In terms of passion, you feel like it's on point. You still could take action towards it. But for some reason, there was probably an ending between you two. And I feel like there is no ending between you two, though. I feel like this is something else that you've been moving on from. But this is with regards to this situation, you know? It's like this is something that you were already moving on from, moving away from, probably past relationships that didn't work out for you in terms of love, in terms of, emotional fulfillment, and you were walking away from it. And that's when you met this person. That's why you thought that you had no emotional love to give, because you were emotionally unavailable. But the thing is, you two were connecting on some emotional front, which is the Three of Cups, which means it made you feel good. Even if it was light, even if it was on the surface, it did make you feel good, which means that there was emotional availability. Even when you thought that you were not that sorry, you were not that emotionally available to this, you were somewhat emotionally available to this. And through that memories and consistent energy exchange between you two, however that was, however that looked like in the 3D world, you had some feelings that were developed here. But you thought, logically speaking, that you are already moving on from something, and now you've met this person. Of course, you're not going to fall in love right now because you're walking away from something else, right? So, how can you fall in love with something else while you are moving on from a past situation, right? How can you fall in love with the present when you're already focused on walking away from the past? I feel like this is dualistic. But the thing is, as you were moving on, you realize that in the current moment, as you were developing memories with this person, even though it felt good, light good, you still were developing feelings for the present. And only when you start moving forward and things start getting separated between you two, a little bit of distance between you two, a little bit of, you know, like emotional distance between you two, somebody might have detached themselves, somebody might have unattached themselves, or somebody might have, backed off from this connection. Only through that distance, you started to realize that this actually made you happy. You're understanding the recognition, you're recognizing the truth about the situation, that this was something special to me, even though I thought that this was not. This was something special to you. Look at this, that's you, the King of Swords. I'm telling you, the Page of Swords, you're learning about this, you're growing into your knowledge base about this, around this, you're discovering that truth here, because that King of Swords is holding that ace in his hand, the ultimate truth, right? This is my truth. This might not be yours, but this is my truth. And my truth says that this was, whatever this was, it actually emotionally fulfilled me. And you're also learning about your emotional fulfillment. What does it mean? Walking away from those things that were unsatisfying. It tells you a lot about what is satisfying to you, right? For example, if you say that, oh, they used to not communicate that often with me, right? That was very dissatisfying experience. So what is satisfying experience for you? Constant communication, right? You learn from things that don't work out as well. That's what you're learning here in terms of this. For some of you, people that you invested in never showed you love, care, softness towards you, and you understand that that makes you happy, that makes you feel loved. So you want that softness, you want that love, and that's your truth, right? Emotional availability, that's what I want. I need you to claim your feelings for me. I need you to claim that you love me, and you need to show it to me as well. You need to care about me, you need to consider my happiness as well. So you are passionate about this relationship. You still think about some sort of relationship with this person. You're thinking about it as we speak. And you have been for a long time. Yep. Look at this. Can I make this shit up? Look at this. The Five of Swords, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, Five of Swords. I can't. I can't make this combinations, honey. I'd shuffle in front of you. I'm telling you. I know this. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm telling you, it's not resolved. You think it is, but it's not. You see? You're still not done. You regret not expressing your heart space because you thought you didn't have any. And now that you've walked away from this, now that this has walked away from you, you are referring it to as a past connection that you regret not taking a chance on. You thought that this was just about passion, but now that you're resting on this subject, you're looking back at the memories, you realize that this was more than that, right? You had your heart involved in this, even though you talked yourself out of it. And I feel like you are still talking yourself out of it, and that's adding to your sense of regret about the situation. You think that I regret not taking action passionately towards this person. I regret not passionately making memories, sexually making memories with this person. But it's more than that. It's emotions as well. It's emotional dissatisfaction that you feel. It's emotional upsetness. It's that emotional rejection that you feel with regards to the situation, that I might have sabotaged this connection in terms of love. Let's see the Ace of Pentacles for you. It's repetitive in nature, which means it's true for you, for some of you. And again, reverse those energies as you see fit, but this is how it is. The cards are the cards, and I'm going to say it like it is. I can't make this up, and I can't lie to you guys as well. That would be really against my morals of being a tarot reader. Nobody should be doing that. Page of Pentacles, Moon, and the Hierophant. You're trying to understand what your values are. You're investing in those things. Slowly and steadily. It's nothing too crazy. Page of Pentacles. You're trying to learn about what your commitment principles is, right? You hid it away from you for some reason. It's like making decisions from your higher self perspective doesn't come easy to you. It's under the moon. Your higher self is under the moon. Your commitment principles, your values, what you say yes to, and why you say yes to certain things, why you do what you do, right? You're trying to learn about those things. Where does it come from? It comes from your higher self, right? For some of you, you don't know you're an intuitive, but you are, and you don't know that just yet. It's like your higher self sometimes dictates you instinctually to take action towards something, to do something, right? In terms of hobbies, in terms of travel, in terms of whatever decisions you make, right? Random too. And you feel like it's coming out of nowhere, right? But the thing is, it's coming from somewhere, and you're trying to learn that. You're trying to go under the moon actively. It's taking you a long time. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna be a long process. We have the Three of Cups again. Look at this. How you two used to connect. You're still thinking about it, and but let's just hold the brakes on that. Let's focus on this, that you're actively going under your moon's will, which is secrets, right? Secrets that you keep to yourself. Under the moon, you're still committed to this, some sort of connectivity with this person. You're not done yet. Your higher self is holding on to this. Why? Well, your higher self knows better, honey. Our higher selves knows better. My higher self knows better as well. I might not know in certain situations what the right course of action is, but my higher self can see through it. And so is yours. So can yours, right? So your higher self is actually holding on to healing with this particular connection here. And it would like to heal. It's taking strength, but your higher self is holding on to this particular connectivity pattern because it knows that in time, when you look at this, when you understand the truth of the situation, in time, you will want to heal with this. That's why it's holding on to this particular connection, to this particular energy for you. It's for you to uncover. It's like the alignment is waiting for you to happen, waiting to happen within you. The energy is there, hovering above you, over your head. It's you who has to recognize intellectually and in terms of feelings and get connected to it. And you're trying to connect to your higher self here. It's requiring a lot of time and active work. Don't get me wrong. The more time out you take, the more actively you pursue your moon energies, which is my secret motivations of doing certain things and not doing certain things, choosing certain things and not choosing certain things, right? In terms of this particular connection, you will understand a thing or two about why you did what you did and what you would like to do, whether you would like to connect with this or not. The answer is yes, you would like to. You would like to heal things with this person. You would like to connect to this person because there is some sort of attraction and pride element that's attached to this connection. And it's coming from within you. Like you were proud to know this person in a way, you know? I don't know why I'm shuffling. Maybe I'm supposed to bring out certain cards even now. Let's see anything more. But in time, that's in time. Right now, and you can choose not to connect to them as well. But you need to understand what your values are, why you say yes to certain things, why you do certain things or not do certain things, what you say yes to, what you say no to, and why you do it. Right now, you're not sure if to take action towards this or not. You can't see yourself opening up to this particular situation. Yep, there you go. You don't know what to say to this. Even if you wanted to take action towards this person, you get these certain bursts of energy, random bursts of energy that you would like to share your thoughts with this person or communicate, to say the least. You don't know what to say, where to start with the Page of Wands. You don't know if you would dare to do that. That's the thing. Yeah, there might have been some sort of breakage here that might happen between you two. Anything else from the universe? Let's see the universe. Yours is quite different today, and I love it. I'm here for it. It's a very human experience to experience this, honey. You know, when we are walking away from something else in the past, you know, another love that we were really involved with, and we are hurt, we feel like we're emotionally numb. We often can misread certain situations that are happening in the here and now, that we don't have any emotions to give to this, and we don't have any emotions, for frankly speaking. We are emotionally unavailable and we are emotionally run dry. So Even if I love connecting with this person, it's just on the surface. It's nothing too special. I don't love it, so to speak. Yeah, you're there's a lot of confusion right now. You're trying to get to the truth. I would suggest you just get to your truth first. It doesn't have to be this person. It's not about them. It's about you at the end of the day. All right. So I need you to look forward towards you, towards your own motivations, to learn from this particular experience. And maybe in time, if things work out just fine, you would be ready to offer something of yourself to this. You would be able to renew things with this person. Maybe in time, but not right now. You're not prepared. You're not ready yet to offer something of yourself to this and really commit to it. You know that even if you offered something to renew things with this person, you know you would not be able to commit to it. You are shying away actively from this as well, because even you don't trust this. The Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Look at this disappointment in that friendship. You think about this. Look at this. It hurt your heart. It did hurt your heart. That's a start. Things cannot hurt your heart if you were not emotionally available to begin with, right? So you were emotionally available to this situation. Maybe in time you'll be able to renew things with this person and have some sort of equal love with this person, equal sharing of emotions with this person, but not today. It's not today. Right now, you've got a lot of work to do, inner work. And that's spiritual work we are talking about, dark night of the soul types, the Four of Wands, Four of Cups, and the World. Yeah, whatever that relationship was, you are thinking about it, and your passions are still moving towards that. You still are passionate about that person. You're still attracted to that particular person and relationship dynamic. You loved it. It still inspires you. But there was emotional disappointment in the situation. Emotionally speaking, you two were not on the same page, and you did not intend to do it. I don't see that you are a bad person. I feel like you genuinely thought you didn't have any emotions to begin with. And that's what might have created that closing of cycle between you two, right? Whatever that is, I don't care. Right now, you need to focus on you. That's it. That's all that matters. You will be your best investment, honey. Remember that. So I need you to do the work. That's all I have for you, Aquarius. I hope this helped, and take care.